In war, not every victory is decided by missiles or fighter jets. Sometimes, a simple paintbrush can defeat advanced military technology, and that's exactly what happened in one of the strangest military strikes in recent years, when an advanced Israeli missile was launched toward a military target inside an Iranian airbase. The strike was precise, direct, and devastating. But the surprise that appeared after analysts studied the video was shocking. The target was not a real helicopter. It was simply a helicopter drawing painted on the ground. Imagine this scene: a precision-guided missile costing millions of dollars, equipped with advanced targeting systems, flying at incredible speed toward its target. The strike is direct, accurate, perfect. The military celebrates the victory and proudly releases the footage. But only hours later, the celebration turns into global embarrassment. Why? Because the target they destroyed was nothing more than a drawing on the ground. Today, I will reveal one of the smartest military deceptions in modern history, and we'll also talk about some incredible deception tactics used during World War II. The story began when the Israeli military released footage of an airstrike on an Iranian base. The video shows a missile hitting what appears to be a May 17 helicopter. At first, everything looked normal. The military celebrated the strike and proudly shared the video. But after a few hours, military analysts began noticing something strange. First, there was no debris. A real helicopter contains fuel, engines, and heavy metal components. When it explodes, all of that turns into a massive fireball with burning fragments everywhere. But in this video, no debris, no fragments, only smoke. Second, the shadow looked wrong. The helicopter's shadow did not belong to a three-dimensional object. Instead, it looked completely flat, like the shadow of a drawing painted on the ground. Third, there was no movement. The helicopter stayed perfectly still, as if the explosion happened on a painted surface. And that's when the shocking truth appeared. A missile, costing anywhere between $200,000 and $3 million, was fired at a drawing that probably cost only a few dollars to make. But here's the real question. Is this a new trick? The answer is no. Military deception is one of the oldest strategies in warfare. Modern wars rely on radar, thermal cameras, and satellites. But all of these systems depend on pattern recognition. And if you can replicate the right shape, the right size, and the right shadow, you can trick even the most advanced systems. Let's look at the numbers. A real helicopter can cost around $15 million. A fighter jet can cost $100 million, but a painted drawing on the ground? Maybe $20. An inflatable decoy? Around $500. Meanwhile, the missiles used to destroy them cost millions. The result? Your enemy wastes millions of dollars on targets that are completely worthless. To understand how powerful deception can be, let's go back to World War II. In 1944, the United States created a secret unit called the Ghost Army. They had only 1,100 soldiers, but their mission was not to fight. It was deception. They used inflatable tanks, trucks broadcasting fake engine sounds, and even fake radio communications, and the results were incredible. They successfully simulated an army 30 times larger than their real size. Just 1,100 soldiers managed to convince the enemy that there were 30,000 troops on the battlefield. They carried out more than 20 successful deception missions. They saved thousands of lives and changed the outcome of several critical battles. Even more surprising, their story remained classified for more than 50 years. It was only revealed publicly in 1996. This proves something important. In war, the mind can be more powerful than weapons. and deception is still being used today. During the war in Ukraine, Russia attempted a similar tactic. In September 2023, satellite images revealed that Russia had started painting strategic bombers on the ground of its air bases. They even added real car tires to make them look more realistic. This happened in at least 12 Russian air bases, but something embarrassing happened. Russian helicopters themselves landed directly on top of the painted aircraft, revealing to everyone that they were nothing more than drawings. On the other hand, Ukraine used the same tactic, but far more effectively. They deployed wooden decoys of howitzer artillery, 3 D-printed models of HIMARS rocket systems, and inflatable versions of various military equipment. The result? Russia wasted its drones, costing around $30,000 each, and guided artillery shells, costing about $35,000 per shot. All of that on targets that had no real value. Today, military deception has entered a new era. Artificial intelligence and 3D printing allow the creation of decoys that emit thermal signatures, send radio signals, and even simulate movement. Some military studies suggest that these tactics can increase enemy ammunition consumption by up to 70% and reduce real damage by about 50%. So, what lessons can we learn from these stories? First, technology is not everything. Even the most advanced systems can be fooled by a simple paintbrush. Second, brains beat muscle. 1,000 soldiers can deceive an entire army. Third, military economics matter. Why spend millions protecting a single aircraft when you can paint dozens of fake ones for a few $100s? And fourth, execution is everything. The same idea can succeed or fail. In the end, a missile worth millions of dollars can be wasted on a $5 drawing. Because the real battlefield is not only weapons, it's also the battlefield of the mind. Thank you for watching. And if there's a topic you'd like us to explore next, write it in the comments.